What's going on, guys? It's Unchained here, and we're doing some Destiny multiplayer, also known as the Crucible. This is the first time I've done multiplayer, so naturally I have no idea what each of these game types are. I'm doing some post-play commentary this time because I felt I would have needed a little bit more concentration so that I can focus on my actual commentary instead of trying to figure out the game itself. It's definitely a little bit different than what I'm used to as far as multiplayer. I'm not a huge fan of the fact that they kind of stuck to the single player RPG elements. I wish they would have just kind of made the multiplayer sort of like Halo, because I felt like that would have made it a bit more, I guess, action packed and arena style. I don't want to say it's unfair, because despite the level gaps that you're gonna find when you play people that are like 20 and 25 and whatever, it's a pretty fair game. They kind of equalized all the weapon damage, so regardless of what you use, you're going to be on the same playing field as everyone else. Obviously, they're going to have more experience than me because the last like week and a half this game's been out, or however long it's been out, I haven't played multiplayer. So not only am I trying to figure out the map and the way it plays, but I'm also trying to understand how the game type works. Now, this is called Control. It's the main one that opens up when you first unlock the Crucible. It's basically Call of Duty's domination. You know, you have points A, B, and C, and you got to go capture them. One thing it took me a little bit longer to realize in this particular game is you need to not only capture the point, but you need to also neutralize it. So, early on in this game, you'll notice, like, the first point I go after, I didn't capture it, I just neutralized it, because I didn't realize they were two different things. But yeah, you'll know after watching this that I eventually figure it out. It was a lot of fun, but it definitely was not on the same level as Halo, what we've come to expect from games like that. It's okay. Like I said, I wish they wouldn't have stuck to so many of the single-player RPG elements. I think some of the biggest things that really bothered me about it involve the fact that you don't have a grenade every spawn. It's basically on that. It's on that same timer that you have in single player. So if you're not paying attention to it, you're not going to throw a grenade when you hit LB. Like there were a couple of lives here where I try to throw a grenade. I don't know if you'll notice it because it might say no grenades remaining. I don't know if it even says that if you don't have a grenade. But a couple times I did try to throw it, and it didn't do anything. And also you have supercharge, which I have to say it works so well in multiplayer. I'm not saying that because I made good use of it. This is actually my first encounter in multiplayer. And I get the kill, which is pretty sweet. So that was good. Figuring out how much damage that pulsey grenade does. Yeah, I picked this machine gun up when I was playing in Venus. It's okay. It's not too bad. I feel like it gives me a fair fight. The sniper rifle that I chose for this level is not the best. It works in single player when you have the time to sit back and aim, but like an idiot, I have a really big scope, and that was actually a pretty good shot there. But, I mean, I'm not sure how much you have to lead or how many shots it takes to kill. I'm honestly just winging everything. I think this might have been the point here, Charlie, where I neutralized it, but I didn't realize I wasn't capturing it after neutralizing. So I think I might just walk away. So let's go ahead and ignore that failure. But let me also mention how much I absolutely hate the radar on the top left. You'll notice it kind of glows one of those little, I don't want to say squares. It's just a sector of that circle or whatever, and it's not precise at all. I don't know why they didn't just put the damn radar on the bottom and make it like Halo. I know I keep making the comparison, but this is Bungie here. You'd think they'd understand the radar system. It's not difficult to make. I mean, they have the heads-up display fine. I don't mind seeing my weapons and, you know, all that crap, like the score on the bottom right, sort of like Titanfall or COD or whatever we come to expect. But there's just no reason why the radar has to be that bad. It's impossible to know where the hell they're shooting you from, especially if they're like circle strafing around you. A couple of times I actually lost my opponents and died, but you'll know as I play, I do make a couple of pretty embarrassing errors. Like I go to shoot a rocket thinking I have the rocket. It just confuses me because in most games, like for example Call of Duty or Titanfall, when you die, you naturally get replenished your grenades. So if I see an enemy after dying, I immediately hit the LB button trying to throw it, and then I'm like, oh shit, I don't have my grenade until the next time the bar goes up and it recharges. So that kind of sucks. And I did that with the rocket launcher a few times too. I didn't realize that relies on that life that you picked up the ammo. I guess it should have been obvious. I should have known that, but you know, you live and learn. As far as the map design, I've only seen this map, but it plays really well. It's well designed. You can basically attack the points from both sides. It's sort of set up like Titanfall. I would describe this map sort of like a Titanfall-esque level. That's because most things in Titanfall are pretty brown. But as far as the gameplay is concerned, it's essentially what it is in the single player. It's just, it does feel like the enemies, or human players rather, do take a beating to go before they go down. So you can't just expect to take them out as quick as Halo Reach or Halo 4. They take a few more shots than that. And like here, if you'll notice, it's really hard to keep up with them when you're using a sniper. I mean, like I said, I am using the long-range scope, so I'm sure that doesn't help either. But I just lost him. I couldn't find him for shit. I was trying to find this guy. You know, I don't play this bad the whole time. There's a couple of really cool moves I get through. But here I was just trying to get a couple of good snipes off just to see how it feels. Because I felt like that one kill I got at the beginning was luck. And I wanted to give myself a little more confidence that I was going to be getting some kills. But, yeah, I didn't. I might have got a couple more now that I think about it. Alright, going up the mountain. This guy is under attack. Looks like he's being double-teamed here. There might have been one more guy behind the rock. I took him out, and since I exhausted the clip, I managed to do a quick reload and took that bastard out there. God, that looked like I thought I shot him in the groin, but I guess not. And I was like, come on, bitch. Come on out around the corner. Give me the free kill. This was actually a pretty decent kill there. That wasn't bad. So yeah, I'm not too bad. I actually have a lot of good luck when it comes to first matches in games. I know I recorded the first match of Halo 4 with my friend Felix, and we won on it, and we did really well. It usually takes a few days of me playing a game to start getting angry. When I'm new to something, I don't get mad. I don't have any rage. I'm just like, well, I didn't understand the game. I don't know how it plays. So I'll take the death here. I'll take the death there. I'm not sure how many shots, and right there, I lined up at his head, and I didn't realize I was out of special ammo. I was like, fuck. Here's a really cool kill. Check that out. Yeah, if you use your special there at the right time, it's an instant kill. So you can control the maps easily if you know when to use that. Like, let's say you have a really good corner to camp, and you could just pounce on them like that. Of course, they could see you on the radar. I'm not sure if crouching makes you invisible just yet, but like I said, the radar is a piece of shit. I mean, if you look at it, it shows you the general direction, but come on, like, you need to know where they are in multiplayer. You need to be able to react quick. And in a game like, I guess they didn't know what to do because this game's got a little bit of verticality, sort of like Titanfall, when you're jumping and boosting and teleporting all over the place. I guess it's just too fast to keep up with it. I don't know. I mean, Titanfall does it okay. I mean, it's got the arrows indicating if they're above or below you. So that works. So they could have done that in this game. But yeah, here's where I did a test with a rocket launcher. I wanted to see how much damage I was going to do. I think at this point, yeah, this guy right here, I don't understand. Like, if you looked at his health, notice that didn't do anything to his health. And then when I, like, shot him with the machine gun, it took him out as if he was, like, already softened up. I don't understand. It might have been lag. I don't know. But yeah, I ended up taking them both out at that point, and luckily our team comes right in here. And this is before I realized you could manually respawn. You have to hit the X button every time, which is kind of annoying. I wish it was just a quick little 3 to 5 second auto respawn, but you have to hit X every time. I guess it's sort of like COD. You know, I haven't played COD in a while, so I'm not used to it. I've been playing the single player a lot, and I have to say, it hasn't gotten too much better from when I last made a video talking about, like, my grievances of it and if the game's boring or not. Which, yeah, I can confirm it's still just as boring 3/4 of the way through than it is when you're on the moon. It's not a very fun game. Actually, I have had a little bit of fun. When I was doing the strike missions, I was having a ton of fun working with my teammates. It's great that they don't talk, too. It kind of makes it feel like Dark Souls. It's a really, really exciting game when you're playing with other people, but when you're by yourself, it's just a lifeless game. It's just so dead. You're just walking through environments and dropping the damn ghost to scan shit. It's really generic. I mean, and the story's bad, too. It makes no sense. It makes note of a lot of these factions and, I don't know, sci-fi shit that you're not going to understand. They don't explain any of it. It's just a really bad story, and I don't know who is writing the damn story for this, but they should be fired because it's horrible. I mean, they spent $500 million to make this game, and the story is as bad as it is. I gotta be honest, I wasn't expecting much, but I was at least expecting, like, Halo-quality plot. Like, a decent side story, maybe a little bit of lore that you have to find by going on Bungie.net, but the story was just so freaking stupid with this game. But, yeah, ignoring that, another thing that kind of bothers me is the really lame announcer. I guess it's funny that I didn't think to bring it up the second I heard him talk, but now that I'm hearing it more and more as I'm watching myself play, the announcer in this game is, I'm going to go as far as saying, it's probably the worst video game announcer I've ever heard in my life. He just has the most, like, uninspired, bland, like, I don't give a shit that I'm doing this kind of voice. Like, with Halo 2, Halo 3, I think even the first Halo, if I remember, it was like, double kill, or kill-tacular. Like, he was, like, the announcer was excited about it, and you got pumped, you know, made you smirk, smile a little bit when you got a good kill or whatever, you made a good move. With this game, it's like, you don't even want to hear him talk, because he just sounds so damn boring. It really is disappointing you can't change the voices to something else. But it, I mean, I don't mean to say it, but the voice that's doing the announcing for the multiplayer kind of foreshadows the whole single player. It's not that exciting. It's kind of boring. Minus the strike missions. I do like those. And it's weird, though, that to get to multiplayer, there's no sort of, I guess, matchmaking system or lobbies. You'd think Bungie, the people that made Halo, would know how to do multiplayer. It's a seamless experience. It's just like the strike missions. You essentially just search for a bunch of players, and it drops you right in. And that's great. I mean, it doesn't take any effort. But I kind of miss lobbies. You know, what I love the Halo lobbies where you have the little maps on the left, and then you have the players, red and blue team on the right. That was great. And then you heard everybody trash talking each other. I mean, on the Xbox One, people don't seem to talk all that much, but that'd be kind of cool. It'd make you feel like there's a multiplayer component. But the way this game sets it up, it just feels like it's another half of the already boring single player. I can't really give any verdict on the multiplayer component because this is the only map I played. I'm going to play some more of it tonight and see what I think. But off at first glance, I'm not a fan. I don't like the fact that you basically just have the same equipment you had in the single player. Everybody's going in with these crazy abilities. They should just have set classes or set abilities, or they should have weapons on the map so it feels like an arena-style shooter. Instead, it just feels like a Halo clone with shitty RPG elements. I'm not a fan of it at all. The whole shield regenerating thing with health, I like that because that feels like Halo, and it, you know, I feel like the enemies take enough shots to take down, but not too many. But I'm just not a huge fan of the fact that the grenades kind of come back on a timer, which you have to keep up with, and you know, you pick up ammo that constantly comes up, and combining that with a really boring announcer, it's not a very action-packed multiplayer. It's fun, don't get me wrong, but it definitely doesn't match games like Call of Duty or Halo. And yes, I'm saying Call of Duty's multiplayer is better than this, in my opinion. It also just, if you'll notice, every time I die, I've had to run for a few seconds before I get in the action. I've heard the maps are big, but they're not too big. Well, it's just still kind of annoying to have to run that far to Alpha. Like, did you see how far I had to run just to get to Alpha? In Call of Duty, you could be at Alpha from your main spawn point within 10 seconds. But there I had to run a little bit too far for my liking. I'm not a huge fan. And you'll notice even with another teammate in the point, it still kind of takes a while to capture. It's like, you've captured Zone A, and he, like, goes to sleep. You'll hear him snoring in the background. But yeah, I do like that spawn. That's pretty cool. So let's commentate here on this match, because I'm not going to tell you guys if we win or lose here. Right now we're winning. It's 14,355 points to 12,215. So we have A, and they have B and C right now. And now I notice a guy going up the ramp to Alpha, so I'm going to try to cut him off here. I don't think I've ever done one of the melee attacks with my little charge ability there. Most of my kills were with this machine gun or grenades. I really wanted a cool kill with that sniper there, but he just wasn't giving it to me. I think I actually get this kill. I don't remember. Oh, that was a really cool no-scope. Yeah, that was cool. Actually, I thought the second shot was good, too. Supercharged. Yeah, I gotta say, though, the sound effects in this game are good, and the weapon feedback's awesome, just like I mentioned in my Is Destiny Boring video. The weapons feel great, and they sound great. They're all very weighty. It just definitely doesn't match the Halo games of Bungie's past. I wish it did, because I miss that multiplayer. Boom! That was so, I love doing that. It feels so good to go up in the air and do that. You just feel like a beast. I think I fucked this guy up too. Let's see. I forget. Yeah, I got him too. Get owned. Doing work. Doing work. Turn around. And I get shot. I don't know where he was. Maybe he was on the radar, and even now watching it, I still wasn't paying attention, didn't notice it. I don't know. I don't know if there's anything in this game that the enemies can do to keep from showing on your radar. I don't know. I just hate the radar. Like, if you look at it right now, there's nothing. They don't show any... Okay, there's a friendly right now. Maybe maybe it's a proximity radar. I mean, I guess they couldn't show you everything on the map, but it would be nice if I had some feedback as to where the points are compared to where my allies are. Just something. But it's just... I think it's horrible. All right. Oh, that was a terrible shot by me. At this point, though, I was just hitting buttons. I'm like, oh, shit, I hit the wrong button. He ended up being behind me, I believe. Yeah, throw the grenade right on his face. Take him out. Yeah. See, it doesn't seem like it takes that many shots, at least with this weapon. I'm not sure how it is with the semi-automatic rifle. So, I haven't experimented with it much, but I believe you can switch your weapon on the fly by going into the menu. I'm not sure. This is the equipment that I have in the single player currently, so you could use whatever you want. And you also have the same level that you do in the single player, so as you gain experience in multiplayer, it builds your level up for single player. I'm not a huge fan of that. I don't know why they did that, because the level only goes up to 20. 20 is the soft cap, and then you need to start leveling up your light. You need to collect motes of light or something like that. Like, once you collect engrams and get it decrypted, you get better armor and stuff, and by putting on new armor, you gain, like, light experience, and then you level up past 20. And hence is why they have the Vault of Glass at 26 as minimum. That's your minimum level that you need for Vault of Glass. So, yeah, they've been doing, like, new raids and stuff like that. Apparently they're going to be adding more of them in the future. This game has a 10-year life cycle. I can't see how it's going to happen. I don't know why 20 was the soft cap. It's kind of ridiculous considering it's a combined level between multiplayer and single player. Just, I don't get it. Like, multiplayer should have had its own lobby. It should have had its own progression. It should have nothing to do with the single player. They wanted to make everything seamless, and I just feel like it tanked. Like, I like how you run into players when you're playing single player. I like how the single player and multiplayer kind of mesh together a little bit, but I just don't feel like it was done properly. I feel like they could have done a better job. They should be separate components, and you shouldn't have all the same equipment. Like, I feel weird spawning with a sniper in this kind of game, but who knows. But at least we won 20,000.